Here's the thing. This video is going to be the only guidance you need if you're somebody who considers yourself to be weak or average in quant. I'm not even kidding. Let me tell you a fun fact. For you to get a 99 percentile in quant, and 99 is a very big number. For you to get a 99 percentile in quant in QA, all you need is to solve correctly just 9 to 10 questions out of the 22 questions that come in quant. That's a fact. You can check the data of the last few years. A 99 percentile is at 30 marks, which is equal to 9 to 10 correct answers. My dear friends, that is why I'm bringing this confidence to you that yes, a 99 percentile in QA is achievable, and this video covers that from so many angles that by the end of this video, which you should watch completely, you will be brimming with confidence that yes, that is possible. Some of you might say that, you know what, I don't need a 99%. I'm okay with a 95 percentile. That's a respectable score for me. That's great. But this video is going to position you to achieve that 99 percentile in CAT. So get ready for this. If you don't know me yet, I'm Darpan Saxena, an MBA graduate from IIM Udaipur. I have been the MBA product head at Career Launcher. I'm the founder of Creatum, where I help MBA students create fulfilling careers beyond the campus placements. The idea is very simple. I know for a fact that you might be very confused. You are very driven, you are focused, but you don't know whether what you're doing for QA, that's the right thing that you need to do, and you're still feeling stuck because it is still probably early days of prep for you. And right now in these early days of prep, if you get the right guidance, especially from somebody like me who's been in the industry at CL and where not, that might help you a lot. Let me tell you one fact, that a 99 percentile as a number looks very big. It looks larger than life, it looks unimaginable, it looks unattainable. But let me tell you a fun fact about it, that as I've told you that it's only 9 to 10 net correct questions. But the second fun fact is that that's not how you look at problems. Problems will look very big. You need to have the ability to decompose the problems into smaller problems, and that's what I'm going to start off with. So by the end of this first few minutes of this video, you will realize 99 percentile is actually easy. For that, just let me go to my screen and I'll share with you something. I've told this to you already. A 99 percentile looks something like this. Out of the 22 questions in QA, a 99 percentile is around 9 to 10 questions net correct, which is around 30 marks exactly, to be specific. If you actually get those 12 questions net correct, that is going to take you closer to a 99.4, 99.5 percentile in QA. 99.5, I'm not even kidding, that's just 12 questions. So which means that quant, somewhere we can understand, is an area, as a section where we need to be very selective. मैं VARC में ये वाली advice कभी नहीं देता हूँ. मैं VARC में, if you watch my content on VARC, I always say that hey, attempt all questions. In QA, it's all about selection, and you might know this. Again, I've given you numbers for a 95 percentile also, so that you know कि अच्छा यार 95 तो और भी attainable है, कि मुझे 22 में से सिर्फ 7-8 सवाल सही करके आने हैं, और 90 तो और भी ज्यादा है attainable. The reason why I'm sharing this now is that because now you need to understand what your real problem is. My dear friends, your real problem, and first I'll state that your preparation in QA needs to be such that by the end of the CAT day, by the end of this entire prep on the CAT day, you should be in a position that in the 40 minutes of QA, and this is very important, in the 40 minutes of QA, you are able to spend the first 5 minutes in spotting some 15 questions that you will solve, and in the next 35 minutes, you can solve those 15 questions at an average of some 3 minutes per question. That is it. आपकी क्वांट की तैयारी बिल्कुल सिर्फ इस ऑब्जेक्टिव को अचीव करने के लिए है. ये आपका सिंप्लीफिकेशन है इस प्रॉब्लम का, कि मुझे कैट के दिन तक इस लेवल तक सक्षम बनना है कि मैं 15 सवाल चुन पाऊं. पहली चीज तो मेरे में ये एबिलिटी होनी चाहिए कि आई कैन सेलेक्ट दोस 15 क्वेश्चंस एंड नो दैट ओके, दिस इज सम क्वेश्चन व्हिच आई कैन डू, दिस इज अ क्वेश्चन व्हिच आई कैन नॉट डू, देयरफॉर आई शुड नॉट स्पेंड माय टाइम ऑन दिस. एंड देन वंस यू पिक दोस क्वेश्चन, देन द रिमेनिंग 35 मिनट्स आप मस्ती में आराम से 3-3.5 मिनट पर क्वेश्चन करके उसको सॉल्व कर सके. दैट इज व्हाट क्वांट का एंटायर स्टोरी इज, माय डियर फ्रेंड्स. दैट इज व्हाट आई वांट टू प्रिपेयर फॉर यू. I've told this to you already. Spot 10 to 15 solvable questions, 10 if you want to score a 95 and 15 if you want to go above that, and then convert them accurately. First 5 minutes I'll scan the paper, identify solvable questions. Next 35 minutes I'll solve it at 3.5 minutes per question. That is the entire thing. Attempt strategy kaise, we'll speak about it somewhere, but I am trying to tell you that what are you preparing for? Please don't prepare in blind कि मुझे QA की पूरी किताब खत्म करनी है, ये करनी है, वो करना है. But what is the objective? What is the kind of person that you want to become by the end of the exercise? The kind of person you want to become is this, who can do this, whatever I've told you. Now that you have that clarity, and by the way, if you've had a bulb on moment in your head, please like the video and subscribe to the channel, because I'll be making more videos on DILR and VARC, which is going to give you much more clarity than anywhere else which you'll find on YouTube. I can guarantee you that. This is premium content which I give in my one-to-one mentorship programs. I'll tell you about my mentorship program as well if you want that. Now coming to the second point, what must be covered? Understand it like this. I'll tell you a very simple thing. You know that the 5 areas of quant are arithmetic, algebra, number system, geometry, modern math. इसमें बेसिक बात है, अगर मैं जो हर एरिया को एक टैग दे के डिस्क्राइब करना है, मैं उसको ऐसे करूंगा. एंड इफ आई डोंट हैव टू एक्सप्लेन अ लॉट इन इट, आई विल से दैट अरिथमेटिक is your highest priority. The overall number of questions that come in arithmetic are one of the highest, especially areas like TSD, time and work, percentages, ratios, all of these kind of questions, profit and loss, these questions come a lot. TSD बहुत आता है. Arithmetic is a very high priority area. Ideally, this should be the first topic you should be starting. This is easy and you can do it. Algebra is another big stalwart in this space, very big area and also a very scoring area. I'll tell you why. Algebra gives you the ability to try a lot of jugaad techniques, very good tips and tricks you can apply in algebra. So algebra is one area that जब जिसमें तुम enter करोगे, eventually after covering the basics you will realize that there are a lot of good things which you can do in this. Number systems has moderate weightage, so does geometry, but these 1, 2, 3, 4, these are the main key areas and modern math is the lowest. तो तुम्हारा quant prep बिल्कुल ये 4 areas है. अब इसमें completion का अगर मैं तुम्हें एक road map दूं, अब तुम्हें mind में अपने you have to divide the time. Hello, this is very important. You have to have a grip on your time, how much time you're spending and by when you need to do when. I'm giving you checkpoints for this. See, now from right now you're watching this in mid-June or towards the end of June. By mid-July you need to wind up arithmetic and you can do it. I am assuming you're spending some 2-3 hours on quant per day, which you have to. And you know what, one more piece of advice, even if you're working or you're not working, that is okay. अभी तुम्हारा quant में सबसे ज्यादा time जाएगा because quant has a syllabus, it has a mammoth syllabus to complete. So quant will take the most time in your DILR, VRC and quant. That is okay. Give it that much time. It requires that much time. Especially if you're weak and average, then तो बिल्कुल ही जाएगा. मिड जुलाई तक आप अब ये लिख लो कहीं पे, प्लीज मेक नोट्स ऑन दिस. मिड जुलाई तक तुम्हें अरिथमेटिक खत्म करना है. मिड जुलाई से मिड अगस्त तक एक महीना है तुम्हें अलजेब्रा खत्म. अभी मैं समझाऊंगा खत्म कैसे करना है, व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय खत्म करना क्या होता है, उसके लिए वो भी आएगा इसमें. देन मिड अगस्त तक जब एक बार अलजेब्रा खत्म कर लोगे, यू हैव डन अ लॉट ऑफ गुड वर्क इन दिस. देन मिड अगस्त टू मिड सितंबर, another month you're winding up number system. Somewhere in September you're starting geometry and trying to wind up geometry, and maybe modern math you might be able to start in September and wind it up. If not, then at least start in September so that you can wind it up by first week of October. Broadly, if you don't keep these as your benchmarks, you will be struggling a little bit, is what I fear. Therefore, please keep this as your strict benchmarks. You'll have to go out of your way. Some days you'll have to study extra, which is okay. That's, that is how the world works. That is how the corporates work. You have to meet deadlines. Otherwise, the project is going to get derailed badly. And beyond that, then you have to take mocks. But then the question is, how should we prepare? What is our daily quant preparation system? Now, I'll tell you something very simple. Now, I am assuming that this is that point of time in your CAT prep जहाँ पे तुम अभी भी content consume कर रहे हो concept समझने के लिए, which is okay. तो मान लो तुम कोई YouTube की playlist follow कर रहे हो, या फिर if you're enrolled at a coaching program also, then it's okay. Solve videos and say suppose if a video is half an hour long or 1 hour long, it's okay. As and when they're solving the questions, try to solve the questions. Try to solve it. It might happen that 50% of the questions you are not able to solve. That is absolutely fine. Or whatever percentage of questions you are not able to solve, that is absolutely fine. Don't fear that, but try to solve it. Then immediately after that, solve some 20-30 questions from that topic, either from the study material which that coaching institution has given you, or from your previous year CAT questions. This, previous year CAT questions is the best place for you to do. Get a book where you have previous year CAT questions divided as per topic. It works like a charm. Also, one more thing I've said, that you will have to get a mentorship. You will have to get mentorship for you to achieve these things. You cannot say that, okay, I will just depend on motivation. If you want mentorship, I have a full, from now till CAT, I have a mentorship program in which you and I will speak to each other once a week and I will help you remain accountable. So that is that. वो वाली एक चीज है, explore that, check that. That is going to be the biggest reason why you will clear CAT, because you're determined to take that next step to actually make it happen for yourself. That is somewhere there. Broadly, if I were to say to you, completion benchmarks, at what point can you consider an area to be completed? When in arithmetic you solved some 200 questions, in algebra you solved some 200 questions. For these two areas I put 200 because these are very big areas. इनके सब टॉपिक ही इतने हैं कि अगर इसमें 200 भी नहीं करोगे तुम ईच, तो सब टॉपिक्स को, अगर तुम इसमें 200 भी नहीं करोगे ईच, तो सब टॉपिक्स को तुम जस्टिस नहीं दोगे. दैट इज दैट. Numbers and geometry to solve at least 100 questions. Again, I'm specifying it. This is not sufficient. Sufficient means ये नहीं है कि ये 200, 200, 100, 100 करके तुम्हारा CAT prep हो गया. मैं कह रहा हूँ इतना तो करना ही है. हो सकता है इतना करके भी तुम 99 percentile ले आओ. I'm not even kidding. It depends on person to person, but this is the minimum you have to do for you to be very sure that yes, you're going to do well in CAT. Now, how are you going to be accountable for this? You have to get a mentor, somebody who believes in you, somebody who sticks by you, asks you repeatedly कि भाई CAT prep सही चल रही है कि नहीं चल रही. If you don't have somebody like that, you can get me. I'll speak to you 1 hour each week and keep you on track with your performance, because I realize that this is extremely important. This goal is important. Check my mentorship program. I have only very limited slots left because I've been invested in this very personally, so that I can help you. I can give my thoughts, advice, pieces of advice to you in a one-to-one format, so that it actually produces results. That's that. Moving on from there, let me tell you one very important thing about mocks. Mock taking is extremely important, and you have to start immediately. Do not wait for the syllabus to complete. See, I'll tell you why. And this is the thing. Build exam temperament. You need to take 30-40 mocks before CAT, but here is the real deal. Build exam temperament. What exactly am I saying by build exam temperament? I've told you, till CAT day, you have to reach a point wherein, my dear friend, you are able to spot some 15 questions. इतनी समझ हो जानी चाहिए कि 15 सवाल उसमें से स्पॉट कर पाओ, और फिर उनको सॉल्व करने की क्षमता होनी चाहिए, इतनी कंसेप्चुअल नॉलेज होनी चाहिए. अब इसको तुम्हें प्रैक्टिस करना पड़ेगा, इसको तुम्हें टेस्ट करना पड़ेगा कि तुम किस लेवल पे पहुंच गए. वो मॉक टेकिंग से ही कर सकते हो. ओके, रैंडमली करोगे नहीं. देयरफॉर repeatedly you are testing this ability to be able to spot the questions and solve them. It actually builds the exact temperament which you need to carry in the exam. Please let me tell you, it is extremely important. If you are a student with me, I ensure that you're taking each mock each week. You are analyzing it completely, and therefore if you're stuck somewhere, I help you, okay, completely understand where are you stuck. Let me tell you that what you've heard right now is all you need to actually do well in CAT. If you want to talk to me more, I also have one-to-one calls. You can book a one-to-one call with me and you can speak to me, solve a very specific problem, and वो जरूरी है करना. I'll tell you why. If you're stuck at a problem for a very long period of time, कुछ समस्या में अटके हुए हो, उसको बहुत देर तक रखने का कोई फायदा नहीं है. You don't have time. CAT preparation has to be very fast paced. That's that. Finally, I'll just give you some closing thoughts on this. Supposed to be the big aha moments. What you think is that you need to complete quant. The reality is that you need to have a reframe in your head. I need to reach a point of time in quant. I need to reach a place in quant that I can solve 10 to 15 questions correctly, or I can solve 10 to 15, I can attempt 10 to 15 questions. That's that. Quant is about selection, pattern recognition, and accuracy. Quant is an area which will have highest accuracy because it's an absolute science. If you can even screenshot this bit and note it down somewhere, I'm telling you, this is the biggest thing which you need to keep with you. Please subscribe to the channel. The reason why I'm saying that is because I will be making similar videos on DILR and VARC, which are going to be extremely important videos, which are going to set the foundation of how you think about your DILR and your VARC preparation in CAT. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks a lot and goodbye.